There is no economy in Zimbabwe. You go there. It's the first country in the world that does not know which currency to use.
Major policy change by the Trump administration. Officials are now telling more than 500,000 people from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela who came to the U.S. legally under a sponsorship process created by the Biden administration that they have 30 days to pack their bags, to self-register for self-deportation on a smartphone app created by the government and leave the country voluntarily. If not, the Department of Homeland Security, Vlad, is warning that they will be found, arrested, and deported from the country. And in
that person, we know he is a Zimbabwean.
Going to Zimbabwe. If you're gonna kill us, you're gonna kill us. And I call all South African police, please, arrest everyone, Zimbabwean. We have passport, who doesn't have passport? Yeah. We need to go.
Are you a holder of a refugee status? However, the children that you gave birth to in South Africa have not had the opportunity to have their birth registered.
Yo, what's happening, guys? Your boy Uncle Pete with another episode of Uncle Pete's podcast, guys. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this video. I was over it. I didn't want to say anything because honestly, Nigeria needs to stop competing with South Africa when it comes to a lot of things. I mean, guys, you're competing with a nation that lives. Oh Lord, you're competing with a nation that feeds its prisoners meat, while you guys have 1 meal a day. You see the problem with Nigeria, what they don't understand. You got 1 or 2 international players playing in a team of a bunch of hungry players, and then you want to compare yourself to South Africa. You know what, nah. I don't have time for these people. Guys, you guys saw the heading, Zimbabwe, you know what, nah. It's almost like South Africa can't get a breather. Right now we want to enjoy some football. We want to enjoy all the success that is happening in the country, but there are problems left and right, At some stage, people need to start admitting to their problems of their countries. Zimbabwe.
There is no economy in Zimbabwe. You go there. It's the first country in the world that does not know which currency to use. At one time they were using the yuan. At one time they were using the rand. At another time they were using a bond. At another time they were using the American dollar. President Mugabe was a great man, an intellectual, but he stayed for too long. No matter how good you are, if you stay for too long, you spoil it. A good dancer must know when to leave the stage. That is why I'm passionate.
See, sometimes when you're arguing with certain nations now, you must just hit them below the belt. Imagine a whole country don't even have a currency, but Zimbabweans will come here and make noise. My problem with foreigners, illegal foreigners, just foreigners in general, is that you come to somebody's country after we leave our shit countries. Angola, Congo, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Nigeria, you name it. All these shit countries that are all crowded in this country. After we leave our shit countries, we come here. Why are we not behaving? What's the meaning of this?
Police Minister Senzo Mchunu in Soshanguve in the wake of the killing of 5 community patrollers. He's currently engaging with some of the bereaved families. Let's listen in.
We were informed as families. That person, we know he is a Zimbabwean. And this is a fact that we're conveying to you so that you begin to close the chapter. Is an undocumented Zimbabwean. In other words, he is somebody who is illegally here in South Africa in the first place.
In the first place. Guys, 5 people, 5 lives have been lost by an illegal Zimbabwean. 5 lives just gone. And you know what's so upsetting? that these people have more rights in this country than you can imagine. Watch this.
Going to Zimbabwe. If you're gonna kill us, you're gonna kill us. And I call all South African police, please, arrest everyone Zimbabwean who have passport, who doesn't have passport. We need to go. We need to go. Because like what we are doing here, even right now, when they call us, let's go and do this. They said like they're fine because they're staying, they have a good life in South Africa. You understand? How about their kids? How about their kids? I call on South African immigration. Call everyone.
By the way, for those of you who are confused, this is a Zimbabwean guy. So, South Africa is so nice that Zimbabweans are striking against their government in South Africa. So this is a strike. I bet you there's even illegal Zimbabweans there in this group here. Because this one here is holding an ID to show that he's legal. He's saying even the legal Zimbabweans must leave and go back and fix their country. And I agree with him. Because for how long is South Africa going to feed everybody while living in fear in their own country? I've said it many times in this channel. When people insult South Africa, they say South Africa is a crime state. South Africa is the HIV republic, and I say, hey guys, it's foreigners. And the evidence is there. Every single day we see the evidence revealing itself.
Arrest everyone. You do have passport, you don't have passport. Arrest us. We need to go. Like in 1976, South Africans did. And us, Zimbabwe, it's our time to go and die. We can't be cowards like we come here in South Africa right now. We need to go and do it in our country. This is our last time to march here in South Africa. We have to take it to Zimbabwe. Enough is enough. We are tired. We are tired. In Shona, how about...
I mean, this is all noise. They are not going to Zimbabwe to strike. The life here is too soft. Yeah, they must be forced out. Willingly. They will never. And this is what upsets me about South Africa, or rather the South African government. You give these people too much freedom. Why don't we
Hello, wonderful people. I hope you're all doing well. Are you a holder of a refugee status? However, the children that you gave birth to in South Africa have not had the opportunity to have their birth registered. Please speak with your attorney. You will be fortunate to have their birth registered, and if you're in a country where dual citizenship is not allowed, and you as the parents have been here probably longer than anyone can think of, then you could stand a chance of allowing your children to be awarded with citizenship.
So basically, foreigners' children are about to get citizenship. So if you're a foreigner and you can prove that you've been here in South Africa for a certain period of time, your children, because remember guys, I've explained this before, I've even done a video here, I've even used my kids as an example to explain how the registering of children are. If both parents are foreigners, you register your child in your embassy and go back to your country and apply either for a study permit because they're still young, because you're going to put them in crash, until you continue the process to where eventually you get a permanent residency and become residents of South Africa. But now apparently there's a process to skip all this masipa because these foreigners have somehow managed to hide themselves and their children illegally in this country. Now we're going to award them with citizenship. Guys, what is South Africa afraid of? What is South Africa afraid of? Because, you know what, now, let me not talk, because they're going to call South Africa xenophobic. If South Africans are xenophobes, what is this?
Massive news as Donald Trump has now revoked legal status for 530,000 immigrants here in the United States. That's right, people who have came to this country legally are now being told they have to leave in 30 days. This announcement is actually coming from the Federal Register notice. Yes, you may not have heard it because, well, this is something they're trying to keep secret. And once you understand this program, you start to realize this makes absolutely no sense because in order for these people to come here to the United States under things like TPS, they need to have a U.S. sponsor, meaning someone like me or you has to sponsor these folks, show money, show you could take care of them, which means there's no money coming from U.S. citizens to bring these people and house these people inside our country. And yet, they're being kicked out. This program now will affect people like Cubans, Haitians, Venezuelans, who had came here once again legally to this country. This will be published in the Federal Register on Monday, and it says that
So Americans are what? They are deporting 500 legal. They did the right process. They didn't do anything wrong. They are not criminals. Legal. They say, like, guys, you know what now? South Africa is being bullied. South Africa is being bullied, and I think the government needs to stand its ground. Because for how long will innocent people die in the hands of illegal foreigners that cannot be tracked? Enough is enough. Jason McKenzie has already proven and made a statement on this video here, and we heard him. Now what are we gonna do? I'm your boy Uncle P, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.